We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Now, here is George. And the dunk by Zubac.
Assist goes to...
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
And Doris, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set is there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Leonard from three. Al Horford with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brown right side. The kick out to Tatum. Leonard with the steal. And the rejection by Tatum.
Probably the most underrated aspect of Jason Tatum's game is his defense. Size, length, strength, you name it, sends that one back.
Personal foul. First team foul.
It's Brown on the wing. From past the arc. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George with the bucket.
Well, Paul George, so dangerous from beyond the arc. You better get a hand up and contest.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. And as we were talking about Kawhi Leonard, his defense was the first thing that came up. Coach told me that while Kawhi may not be the individual defensive powerhouse he once was, they're still not going to challenge him more than they need to. Negating Kawhi's presence at that end of the floor is much easier said than done. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Paul George with the steal. And the call will be against Al Horford.
Second team.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Coming on to the floor.
Here's Jackson.
Grant Williams.
On the wing, George. And the Clippers miss again.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Williams. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Outside, Tatum. He takes it in. Misses in close.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Celtics. All right, look who's coming on onto the court. Come on and get loud. Here are the Celtics dancers.
Celtics trail by 6.
All right.
Outside, Tatum. Launches it. It's hauled in by Zubac. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to George. Screen by Zubac. Fires the three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
From Jaylen Brown.
Now, here's George. He's got 9. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
3 seconds. Celtics ball. Substitutions for the Celtics. Daniel Tice.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 7-point differential. And the rejection by Leonard.
Boston foul.
Well, the defensive instincts have always been so strong for Kawhi Leonard. Boy, good night, sir.
Third team foul.
And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
If you're going to play for this team, you've got to be willing to mix it up on the defensive end. And Jason Tatum gets in the space of the shooter. That's nice.
Back to Leonard. From deep. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers. Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Now, here's George. After the miss from Derek White. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. Driving inside. And it's George finishing it off.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now here's Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Misses the wing 3. Celtics trail by 12. And here's Tatum for 3. And nothing seems to work as that one misses, and he's 0 for 5.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
To the inside. Here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
Yeah, what a great decision by Jason Tatum. That passing ability is important to complement his scoring ability.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And George.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 5th.
To the court. Come on and get loud. Here are the Celtics dancers.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you.
Well, at 6'7", this is a forward, Jaylen Brown, who handles it well, cuts his way right through the defense.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Celtics trail by 15. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
And you look at the 2021 draft class, just some unbelievable talent at the top.
I mean, Cade Cunningham, for me, probably is the Pacers' best player. But, man, you got guys like Suggs and Green and Kuminga with that rare athleticism. And how about Mobley? He really defines what a modern-day big is supposed to be. I mean, what more could you want?
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge. Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
From the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside, White. Here's Brown. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his
It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Well, you've got to appreciate the athleticism of Jaylen Brown. This guy's a quick penetrator who forces defenses to get physical with him.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Now that he's attracting so much defensive attention, Greg, Brown is routinely getting others involved.
And how about his assist numbers have skyrocketed? And it's really not surprising. His sole focus is doing what's best for the team.
Pass to Hartenstein. Batum for 3. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Smart deciding where to go with it. Tatum wide open, he fires one. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
This shooting stroke of Jason Tatum is elite, so it matters not if he's creating his own off the dribble, or in this case, just rising and firing off the catch.
And Horford will bring it up for the Celtics.
Clippers foul.
Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Timeout.
So for the Clippers.
Look who's coming on onto the court. Come on and get loud. Here are the Celtics dancers.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Clippers leading by 8. Now here's Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
You know, I think Williams has a terrific future. A charismatic, likable kid who can be unselfish to a fault.
Pass to Zubac. Outside, George spins. Here he goes. 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Give her a hand, fans. It's your Celtics dancers dance team.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Tipped away. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. George, that's a 2-pointer. That shot missing. And the Celtics going the other way now.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
The offensive rebound. Back to Williams. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Daniel
Clippers
Tice.
leading by 9.
Grant Williams.
Here's Leonard.
Richard.
Pass to Zubac. Puts the move on. And Boston with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
2 minutes.
Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, the incredible explosiveness. No fear from Jason Tatum. Woo-hoo, lights out.
Zubac.
Zubac.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter. Looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
The tray. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And a foul on Marcus Smart.
That's his
first foul.
personal foul.
Celtics making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics.
A three from Leonard. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Outside Leonard. Outside for George. Good on the triple.
Paul George.
George has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boston.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Stripped it away. The three. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
White inside. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Shot to stop the run. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Great scorers need easy opportunities to pile up those points. Tatum above the rim and the nice finish.
It's his first trip to the line.
Foul. Shooting for L.
Jackson hits both of them. And so Boston again turning it over.
LA ball.
This is one of those nights. Mistake after mistake, a comedy of errors.
Clippers leading by 18. Here's Leonard. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And here's Tatum for 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum. .11 seconds left now here in the second. In the corner, George with it. To the wing right side. And stolen by Tatum. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Celtics trail by 18. Tatum down low. Stolen by Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Boston ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics.
When I think of Ivica Zubac, I think about solid big man who is still young and developing. It's really a matter of him gaining confidence at this point.
Clippers leading by 18. Left side, George. Plenty of space. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Clippers. Goal for Zubac is to be a starter in the league.
You know, this guy has started games in the past. He's also played well off the bench. And listen, he's not going to be a guy who shoots with range. But given everything else you need from a center, he can deliver.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a 3 for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. Tatum's shot is off.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Tries the spin move. George with no one around.
Paul
Good on the
George.
three-point shot.
3 points.
George has got 5 points now this quarter.
Boston.
Well, you
timeout.
love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.